All right,
Oh,
everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining. If you don't have your cameras on and would like to turn on your cameras, I would love to see everyone's faces. Awesome. Welcome to our December monthly manager meeting. The year has gone by so fast. So we're already in 2026. So super exciting times. Okay, we'll jump right into our agenda. We'll kind of talk a little bit about our mission, our values. We have a lot of HR and ops updates, so bear with us as we go over through some of those updates today. We'll kind of jump into a manager mindset, which will be our torn store, and then we'll turn it over to our executive corner and leave some time for Q&A. All right. As always, our mission at Menshioku here is to be my favorite place. So at Kitakata Ramen Banai, we are dedicated to crafting an unparalleled dining experience that transcends the ordinary. So our mission is to become or be every guest's favorite place, where they find not only the finest representation of authentic Kitakata regional style ramen, but also an atmosphere of warmth, gracious hospitality, and genuine joy. A lot of our values do entail the following, right? So we believe in providing legendary service. We believe that good enough isn't. We believe in honesty and trust. We believe in the ongoing training and the development of our people. We believe in our continued success depends on teamwork. We believe in doing business in a professional and orderly manner. And lastly, we believe in being responsible to others and to ourselves. All right. I'm actually going to pass the next few slides over to Melanie here. Let's see if I can do this. Can I mute myself? Okay. Do I? Okay, cool. Okay. Hi, everyone. Melanie here. Just wanted to go over a couple things with you guys. Just starting off with the uniform policies. We'll be sending these out after the meeting today, but essentially just Daiso created these visual aids of our uniform policies and anything kind of like a checklist and everything for everyone to see here. Not too many changes, just the major ones being the no jeans and no leggings specifications, along with more specifics to like the hair, um, I guess just a uniform per se appearance. So anything past chin length must be tied back essentially, and if the length exceeds the logos on the back of the kitchen or front of house uniforms, those need to be tied, or those hair lengths need to be tied into a bun so that it's not covering those logos essentially. We can't have any ponytails or braids covering the logos as well, so um, if they cover them at all, just making sure that they tie their hair up into a bun. And then, as always, keeping and making sure that any hair on their face is tied back or pinned back or anything like that. Okay.
real quick, just let me just step in on that. So this one-page sheet is kind of made to be a flyer that you keep at the store, and this is kind of for everybody to take a look at and have an idea of what a good uniform looks like. Um, these points that I have on there as the check marks, these are kind of like the bare minimum that need to be kind of checked when you're looking over somebody and checking their uniform. Obviously, the very full version of it is still in the handbook. The full version is like 2 pages long and explains a lot more in detail. But what you're checking, like when you're looking at someone and saying, is this uniform up to standard? These are the checkpoints that you're looking for. So the white ones are all stuff that like the company, like, you know, like is something you wear. The black parts are all um, things that have to do with like, are you clean? Do you smell nice? Is your hair in, it's more personal stuff that you have to take care of before you come to work. But obviously, in the white part is stuff that you have to wear, like shoes, pants, your uniform itself. Is it clean? Is it like, does it look hygienic? So make sure that, obviously, if someone comes in and some of these parts are not being met, you need to point to them, like, this is the standard. We need to follow this. And if they don't have the right shoes or they don't have the right pants, it's like, yeah, you got to go get them. I can't let you work without it. You can't clock in without it. And it's partially it's not just because it's our standard, it's also because it's a safety issue. Like non-slip shoes, obviously we all know why we have to wear non-slip shoes, but also like, proper work pants is important because you don't want to have like the reason we're banning leggings, it's always been banned, it was always in the handbook, but it was never strongly enforced. But you can't be wearing skin tight clothing that can get, if you get hot water and then it's going to basically stick hot water onto your skin. So having like not baggy but open aired clothing will give you some level of protection versus leggings. The reason we've banning denim is because it fades and it looks terrible. It looks, people who start with black jeans, they turn gray within 2, 3 washes and it's not black anymore. And we don't want cargo pants because, you don't want to see someone with like 20 pockets walking around the store. It doesn't look very like, like you're, it doesn't look very clean for the uniform look. So we want to have like black work pants, preferably something like a Dickies or something that's like more durable. They can be slacks. They just have to be flat and black. Any questions on that so far? Sure, Jason.
Yes. So just to confirm, despite a few months ago, the uniform guidelines saying jeans were okay, we're going
Hmm.
back, no more
Yes,
jeans.
that is correct.
Just black Dickies or black
That's
dress
right.
style pants.
Correct.
What about chef pants
Chef pants, if they're black, that's fine.
for all staff or just kitchen?
All staff.
Heard. Thank you.
Okay.
Mhm.
And if you have other questions after this, feel free to call us, give us a, give HR a ring, give me a ring, give me an email. But this is kind of the standard. If you're having any trouble enforcing it, obviously, feel free to reach out. I'll tell you what to tell your staff if you need to. But this is important that we have to adhere to it and we make sure that the staff follow this. And as far as like the hair length, it's partially about protecting the branding of the logos, but it's also more about not having hair fall into food because when it's long and it's loose, it does fall into food. And that's why we're asking if it's really long, tie it up. So, okay, that's my piece on this part.
Thank you, Daiso.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So again, just another update on the uniform policies and updates on the Cuban Kidakata style. Basically, just added those specifications of no leggings, no jeans, as mentioned. The right here, and then also over here on the actual checklist that I have set up on the second page of that one. Um, I added the specification and put in bold no denim / jeans or leggings on that one for the actual uniform part, and then on the actual hair section per se, I added that specification of anything past chin length, tie back, um, any hair length that extends past the logos or anything covering them, that needs to be tied up into a bun. No ponytails, no braids. Again, that's for food safety practices, as Daiso mentioned. And yeah. Okay, and then now we have some updates to the loyalty program, the Toast loyalty program specifically. This is separate from the website /owner.com and or the Kitakata Ramen app that's issued through Owner. But this strictly applies to the Toast loyalty, being dine-in and anything for local by Toast. Um, and essentially for the little tiny posters that we have on those triangle stands at the tables, Daiso essentially just added the QR code for the guests to scan it and then go ahead and download the app for the local by Toast app specifically. And then from there, essentially I created this guide for what steps they can take on actually viewing their total points because we've gotten some questions from managers about guests kind of asking if they're able to see their points outside of when they dine in with us. So essentially, I just created this for management and also for staff to kind of go over and review just in case if those questions come up from the guests. And yeah.
All right. Thank you now. Yeah.
Okay, so starting next year, um, the shift meal program is kind of changing due to a lot of rising costs. They're starting to limit what we're offering available. So for our hourly shift leaders, I'm sorry, the hourly staff, this is the list that's available. You can get a kitakata ramen or a cold kitakata ramen. The basic toppings that normally come with it, that's all you're allowed. And let me see. You can either get one of these items that's on this page. Disregard the tokukatsukuri if you're not from tokukatsukuri, but like on the Banai side, on the left-hand side of the screen, you can either get a ramen or you can get a rice, and then the rice is the smaller size rice option. You can only get one of these things. Not one of each. It's just one altogether per shift. There's also some additional rules at the bottom in the gray section that shows, like, one meal per shift. When you can't save it for later use. You gotta eat it. You can either take it home after, for it to go, or if you eat it during your break, you have to eat it. You have to finish it during the break. You don't get extra time to finish the food. If you have a 20-minute break or a 30-minute break, in like 20 minutes for Illinois, 30 minutes for California, you finish it within that time. If you're only taking a 10, you have to finish it within the time. You don't get extra time for it just because you don't finish your food. So that's, kind of people some managers have said that people are trying to finish a full bowl of ramen in inside 10 minutes. It's like, yeah, let's be realistic here. Okay. Obviously, if your staff starts to fail to comply with this, you have the option to write them up. You have the option to bring this. This can be a disciplinary issue because we could look at it as theft because you're taking time from the company and you're breaking the meal policy and the break rule policy. So these are violations that can be written up for. And so don't be afraid to, be firm with the rules because, especially with the break part, you have a break schedule that you guys set up every day for your staff so that, you get all your breaks done in time and so you're not like backed up when the shop is busy. And if someone's abusing that just so they can eat, that's not fair to you or the other staff. So make sure you're firm on your enforcement of the break policies and stuff. Okay, and if you have any questions with that, obviously feel free to give us a call or talk to the area manager and we can explain it further for you guys. Thank you.
Mute you guys off. All right, thank you, everybody. And then in regards to the compliance trainings, I know we already walked through this last time, so I'm not going to go over it in details, but I do want to just bring it back up. If you have questions, please let us know. Let us, request those trainings once that hits those deadlines. And just as a reminder, right, like if someone is a server and they're serving alcohol without an RBS, don't do that, right? Like let them know that, hey, they do need to get it within the 60 days. But again, like if they're serving alcohol on like day 1, day 2, like don't allow them to do that. Just be mindful. You know your staff best of who has what certificate. So be mindful of that when you're kind of delegating tasks. Okay. And then I just want to reiterate this again. Please escalate where necessary, right? Like I said, usually we're in the office Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. But if there is an emergency, you can always call our cell or Daiso cell. But again, let's make sure we understand what is an emergency and what is not. If something can wait till Monday morning, I will respond to you on Monday morning, no doubt about it. But if it's something that's an emergency, then yes, give us a call. I just want to make sure you understand what is an emergency and what is not. So just want to make sure if you have questions about this specifically, let me know. All right.
Let me just chime in real quick. I've noticed an improvement in this. I appreciate it. You guys have actually called me when things are very important, and that's much more appreciated. So thank you for those that have been following this.
Thank you, Daiso. All right. Another thing we're gonna quickly go through is I'm gonna invite my friend Melanie here, or in this scenario, I'm gonna be a manager and Melanie is going to be my lovely kitchen staff. Okay. I want to run over these safety scenarios month over month because we've noticed an increase in workers' comp cases. And ultimately, bottom line is that's going to hurt our business if we continue to have more and more, workers' comp cases. So I'm going to run through these three scenarios very quickly. And I just kind of want to explain the importance of them, right? So first scenario, very minor, right? Melanie here is cutting cabbage and all of a sudden she gets a small cut on her left hand while cutting cabbage, right? Maybe there's no bleeding, but I, as the manager, Mel, what happened, right? Oh, okay, I see no blood, right? Do you need to go to the hospital? I think I'm okay with a Band-Aid. Okay, perfect. Then let's get you a Band-Aid, apply basic first aid here, right? And in this case, we just need to complete an injury report, send to HQ because we do track it on our end, and we need to make sure, any major escalations get reported to like OSHA. But in this case, minor incident, we did basic first aid, we completed an injury report, we sent it to HQ for tracking. We follow up with Mel on her next shift, make sure her hand is okay, make sure her Band-Aid's okay. And in the event that, I don't know, the cabbage got contaminated for whatever reason, throw that small batch of cabbage away, right? You again make that assessment, reach out to us if you have specific questions. Scenario 2, a little bit more moderate, right? Melody is throwing out the trash. She cuts her right arm on a sharp object while taking out the trash. She comes back, hey, my hand is bleeding. What do I do? Mel, what happened? I was going to toss it over to the arm with something sharp within the trash. Got you. I see there is a lot of blood, Mel. I will do basic first aid, get her the right equipment that she needs in the moment. At this point, you and the staff member can determine what next steps we need to take, right? Do you need to go to the hospital right now?
I think so. I think I could use urgent care.
Let's go ahead and give AmCare has a 24/7 nurse triage. So we can call and there is a live nurse on the other end that can help us determine what steps we need to take. If we need to determine that, hey, we need to take Mel to the hospital, we take Mel to the hospital, it would essentially be at that point a workers' comp case, right? If we call the triage and the nurse is like, oh, I think you're okay with a little Band-Aid and some Neosporin, we are fine, right? So utilize that AmCare 24/7 nurse triage. It is on the workers' comp flyer. And then again, same thing, if medical treatment is required, partner up with HR. We can help you with next steps in filling out the injury report, notifying us, following up with workers' comp if needed, right? But our goal is to always apply basic first aid and treat the issue at the store without going to workers' comp. Okay, because ultimately, when we create that workers' comp case, it is now a case that could essentially, be a part of our overall workers' comp number of cases that we have every year. Okay, last one, right? Severe injury. Mel cuts off the tip of her finger using a slicer. This is life-threatening. Mel, oh no, what happened?
Onion, and I happened to slip my finger into the slicer and cut off the tip of my finger.
I would probably need to call 911 at this point, right? If this is a medical emergency where I cannot do anything because I am not a medical professional and I don't think we are medical professionals. So at this point, if it's severe, right? Severe injury, do what you need to do, call the right resources, and then go from there. Same thing, once we have a workers' comp case number or we, call the number on the workers' comp flyer, we can provide them with that information. And always make sure you get HR clearance before returning an employee back to work, right? At any point, if an employee gets injured, HR needs to be notified. Even if you didn't have time to fill out an injury report, please notify us so that we can follow up with you and ensure all the proper steps are taken, so that we can, mitigate any risks. Okay. Thank you, Mel, for my examples. And in the future, if you have examples, let us know because ultimately our goal is to work together to reduce any workers' comp cases and just overall safety is a priority, right? We need to prioritize that and make sure that incidences are reported, because I'm pretty sure there are cases where you guys do not report them, right? But we need to know if something happens so that we can report it and ensure that we can find other ways to reduce those risks. Okay. All right. Perfect. I will go ahead and pass it over to our friends over in Torrance, or in this specific case, I'll pass it over to Kodai to talk about our monthly manager slide. Take it away, Kodai.
Hi, thank you. So, okay, Joe, Mike, can you please go to the next one? Okay. Well, you guys look so busy. Everybody looks so busy. I don't take so much time, so don't worry about it. Okay, and basically, maybe you guys already know about the cleaning, why it's important. So, but I just want to double check with you guys. And yeah, Pachato, let me start. Okay, so basically, so cleanliness is very important in restaurant because it affects first impression to safety and customer trust. Okay, so clean restaurants receive better reviews and more repeat customers. So high cleanliness standards also help restaurants pass inspection and avoid health violation. So yeah, well, let's go next one. Mike, you can go next page. Okay, and in the back of house, keeping kitchens, equipment, floors, and beds prevents accidents, contamination, and service problem. Regular cleaning schedule and inspections help protect staffs and guests. You can go to the next one too. And also in the front of house, clean tables, menus, restrooms, and seating create a welcoming and safe environment. Guests often judge a restaurant's quality by these areas. So when all staff focus on cleanliness, it improves the guest experience, builds loyalty, and protects the restaurant's reputation. So maybe all of you guys know about those things. And I visited all the locations in California, and yeah, it looks so good. But we can also improve something, like under the fridge, or the windows, or sometimes it's dirty and then we don't notice, we just leave it. So let's try to clean more from next year. And also, yeah, it's gonna be very good impression for the customer. So just a 1 minute or 10 minutes is okay. Also, like for example, during business hour, no trash on the floor. Maybe Kasa mentioned maybe before, but always keep clean the floor. So the servers need to check every time, yeah, nothing on the floor, or after customer leaves the table, and sometimes under the table, especially family table, yeah, so many like sometimes messy, so we need to sweep before next customer coming. So always please be careful those things, and also kitchen side too. So try to not when you make the ramen or appetizer or do some preparation, try to not make a messy the floor, or like and then if it's dirty, that's okay, but please sweep. And always keep clean, but no problem when inspector comes to the restaurant. Well, we're ready, so no problem. So it's gonna be good for me, good for the restaurant, also good for customer, and it's gonna be everything good. So from 2026, thank you so much. 2025, so busy, and you guys have done so many good things, and also keep clean the restaurant, everything good. And also, yeah, let's try to make restaurant better. And also, I text you guys that if something broken, like table, chair, anything, from next year, let's try to fix everything. So let's work on together and make better restaurant together. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you, Kodai. Appreciate the enthusiasm. Perfect. All right, real quick, pass it over to Dice.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to give you a quick update on next year's menus. So they're being printed right now. They're estimated to be ready around the middle of January. So we are changing some of the prices, and those changes will happen from the 2nd. So when the first day we get back for the new year, myself and Melanie will be updating the prices from today, tomorrow. And I do have a request for you, but before that, in the meantime, while we don't have menus, one page up. So we're gonna have every store is gonna have a QR code menu as well as a printed copy of a temporary menu that you guys can use. So the QR code will go to a page on our Google Drive that points to this photo right here. And so they can look over the menu themselves and they can and it's specific to which location you're at. So we have 3 different versions of the menu. One's for California stores, one specifically for Irvine stores, and then one for Illinois stores. So they're all a little bit slightly different. The prices are slightly different, and some of the offerings are different for the Illinois shop. But make sure the QR code you have goes to your store. It does have, like, in the small corner of right under the Bandai logo of the QR code, it says IL, IV, or CA. So that tells you which menu it actually points to. We've already, I've already given all of them to Kazu. He's passing them out, and I've already mailed the set to Illinois, and they're going to be arriving in Hoffman tomorrow. So have those ready when you can. Next page. The one request that I have for you is that once we start updating the prices in Toast, please do not make any changes to Toast on your end. If you have to, do not issue any publishes, because the second you hit publish, it'll actually update all the prices on your Toast tablets, and you'll have next year's prices in your active, and we don't want that just yet. So what we're planning to do is we're going to enter all the information tonight and tomorrow. And after close tomorrow night, I'm going to hit publish after you guys have closed, and then I'll check them all up on January 1 to make sure that they've converted over correctly, and then everything should be smooth and running for you guys on the 2nd when you come back. Okay, so if you do have a change that you need to make, please call me directly first, and then I'll tell you if it's possible to make it, or if we have to do something else, or if we can wait. So just between now and end of tomorrow night, please don't publish any changes on Toast. Thank you.
Thank you, Daiso. All right. And then, as always, I like to make sure we have our contact information on here. If you have questions, we are available. Last section for the day, I'm going to turn it over to Yui for any updates from him. Yui, take it away.
Hi everyone, hope you guys are doing well. I think we have a new manager joining this meeting for the first time, Wolfgang from
Hi, yes,
San Diego, I think.
yes.
Welcome to the team. So
Thank
yeah, I'll come down to San Diego sometime, maybe like next month, because San Diego is our focus point now. Next to Illinois, that we want to open locations, so I should be frequently visiting down there to hunt locations. So hopefully I'll meet you soon. So anyway, yeah, welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Okay, so back to like the number stuff. I guess I can share last month number. Can I share the screen? Okay. So I think Kazu already shared, November's number. So you guys already know about your store's number, but this is, the sales amount for November compared to last year, the same month. And as we've been talking especially the second half of this year, our numbers been really like turning good, and we have a good momentum. So it's being continuously doing so. And as I see the December number, December number is good. So hopefully we can continue that for next year and forward. So it's really, same thing as I say all the time. This number is from our efforts, like maybe 2-3 months or more before. It's not like we work hard today, the number comes out, good tomorrow, because it's just the accumulation of our efforts. So, this number is reflection of what you have done, like 2-3 months ago and before. So, that coming month numbers, it will be the reflection of your maybe last month, 2 months ago, now, your efforts. So let's just, it's December, 2 days to the next year. So let's just kind of, whenever you guys have time, just reflect, what you have done good and what you could have done better, kind of things, so that we can continuously improve ourselves, and we just start fresh next year. So this, winter season is a busy season. So let's do as much as we can because summertime, it's gonna slow down. Of course, we're gonna try, bringing customers, attracting customers with like seasonal specials and stuff. But naturally speaking, we sell hot food, so it's kind of difficult to sell hot soups in the hot summer. But the winter time, it's when we are super busy and that's when we need to execute. So I really rely on each of you and to make sure that not only you but your team is performing because we can't do everything by ourselves. I get that. So you're gonna have to be like a composer of the like a team that you kind of make sure every team member is functioning properly according to your plan. If not, you correct it, and that's pretty much what we have to do every day. So just for 2025, I really appreciate your efforts and our we have been doing good. We have opened Lowland Heights, and for next year we already have two openings. I haven't signed the paper yet, but it's almost there, 90% ready. So two locations in Illinois. It's 99% sure thing. It will happen. I'll continuously look for locations. Like I said, San Diego may be our next focal point. And also we have registered a brand for franchise. So, whoever, we're gonna start advertising franchise next year. We ready to do that. So, if somebody wants to do a franchise in some states, then there will be, we're gonna have to train them, help them with the opening and make sure that they run the proper, appropriately the store successfully too. So that will create a new door for us to do, new things. We might go to other states and, we might just open franchise store maybe somewhere near our existing store. We're not sure, but yeah, lot of opportunities and we have two new brands that we really want to open like brick and mortar. One in California is the Japanese curry, and the another one is the Hawaiian barbecue concept in Chicago. So hope I'm always looking for locations for those two concepts. So as the openings will go successful, then we'll probably spend more money and open more. So a lot of opportunities and a lot of ideas coming in. So yeah, so a lot of things we can work on next year. And I also may have some new news maybe early next year about another concept that we may sign. So yeah, a lot of things happening. That's my job. So I'll keep hunting for locations, creating opportunities for you guys to take. And whenever the new position's ready, then I'll make an announcement so that whoever is up for it, then they have an opportunity to to take the challenge. Yeah. So yeah. So numbers good. We have a good momentum. Of course, a lot of things happen, but that's kind of nature of our business. So if everything is smooth, it's not gonna be fun life. So let's just take everything comes to you positively, and all the obstacles that comes to you as like things that happens daily life, and we just have to manage and fix and move forward. So that's pretty much what we have to do all the time, and that's the mentality that all of us should be having, and then things will go better. Yeah, I mean even better. So it's good now already. So yeah, so let's finish up the 2025. Take a rest and then come fresh next month, and I'll see you guys refreshed, and I'll visit all the stores. So I'll see you guys soon, and thank you again for your efforts. So without you guys' efforts, we're not here. So yeah, I appreciate that all the time. So thank you. So I guess that's it for me for this year. And enjoy the snacks that I was able to kind of get it from all the vendors, like Japanese snacks. It's all for you guys and team. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Those snacks are really good.
Awesome. Thank you, Yui. All right. We'll kind of open it up for Q&A. I know we only have 5 minutes on the meeting technically, so if it does crash out, then go ahead and just click the link again to rejoin. But last few minutes, any questions, comments, concerns?
Have a good one. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, indeed. No other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I can't hear. Okay, I lost you.
Dan, I can hear you.
Oh, it's about the cuts when the staff like injures themselves. So as far as any little minor cuts, we should be putting it into a report.
Yes, and I'll explain the reasoning for it, right? So let's say it is like a very minor cut that today, right? Like today could be a very minor cut. I got a little cut on my hand, but then tomorrow all of a sudden it's purple. I can't feel my finger anymore, right? It's like, well, did you report it? No, but did it, you know what I mean? So in the moment, if even if it's a small minor cut, right? I understand you guys work in the kitchen, it is going to happen. We just need to make sure we are notating this just because if they come back the next day, right, and they're like, all of a sudden I want to open up a workers' comp case, all of a sudden, this giant cut wasn't there yesterday, but all of a sudden it's here today, right? Or it got bigger or whatnot. We just want to understand, evaluate the circumstances, right? And then go from there. Because that way we can say, hey, we documented that yesterday. This was the size of the cut. This is where it happened. This is the picture of it, right? And then if we need to go move forward with, workers' comp or whatever, we can kind of have a backup and say, this is what was reported to us. This is the actions we took. And then, whatever else happens.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
And Melanie wanted to add that, even if it's a near miss, right? Like, hey, something was on top of the cabinet and it fell and it almost hit John Smith, right? We can also document those things because now, as a manager, you can say, hey, why was that thing on top of there? It shouldn't have been there, right? Team, make sure to not put it up there. Near misses also are important to making sure that you guys can evaluate the surroundings, right? What can we do to make sure it's safe for staff? Okay. Anybody else?
Thank you.
Other questions? Hopefully that answered your question, Diane. No other questions? And if you come up with something, let us know. We're here. We'll stick around for another like 5 minutes, just in case anyone did have any other private questions. But if not,
I have a
have
quick
a great
question.
happy New Year. Oh, yes.
Sorry, so next year only for the free ramen, only kitakata or small rice bowl, correct?
Correct. And I will send out everything to us right after this meeting. So that way you
Okay.
guys have like the digital copies to please print, laminate, and put the new ones up. Anything that's old that you're like, hey, this no longer applies, you can take those down and just replace it with the new ones. Like the old uniform guides, you can take those down and replace it with the new ones.
Heard.
All
Thank you.
right.
I gotta go. I'm sorry.
Thank you, everybody. Happy New Year. Thanks for all your hard work. Goodbye.
There.